Septmeber Thursday!
Woo!
And we're going to take a trip out to Long Island, New York today.
Oh, damn.
But we're going to stay in John's living room. Cause
We're in Howard Stern's backyard.
what's up, Howard? Boom.
Not
Serve us
really.
some beer.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Used to be his backyard. Yeah.
Could you imagine being on the Howard Stern show? Like, would that be the quintessential moment of your life when he called you up one day and was like, "You're John Holzer, right, from Septmeber Thursday? I've really appreciated your podcast. I've watched it a few times. We should have you on the show to talk about beer."
If anything, Richard Christie, who's on Howard Stern's show, his band is Charred Walls of the Dam. He was in Death.
Really?
He's an awesome drummer. You should check him out.
Death the movie, Death the music.
No, the band.
Death.
The band Death. But he's an
There's so
awesome
many
drummer.
deaths.
Wait, this is a quick tangent. I'm going to say this. But he is a total craft beer geek.
Really?
Yeah, he kind of started his own little craft beer podcast with some kind of production company.
The drummer from Death?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's an awesome...
Why have we not had him on the show?
Hold on. Seriously, man. Charred Walls of the Dam. It started off as kind of this thing he was doing as a side project. They're awesome.
Nice.
And the name came from a prank call because he does prank calls with Sal Governelli on the Howard Stern show, and some person they called from a church said, "You're gonna, die suffering and scratching at the charred walls of the dam." So that's what he named his band. And
Charred Walls of the Damned.
Yes.
We need to make a smoked beer called that.
Yes.
that's a good idea.
Smoke porter.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of
why
which-
didn't I ever
beers.
think of that?
Speaking of which, we'll be doing some smoked beers tonight.
Speaking of smoked beers, right? Bringing it all back.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap this up, Richard. If you ever want to do a show, you're in California,
What's up?
Yep.
we're down to drink.
Or, fly us to New York. We're down with that too.
Yep.
We are thankful to Melba from drunkenunemployed.com for sending us these beers, especially since she's unemployed apparently.
Yeah,
and
we're
drunk.
like total Twitter buddies with.
She's
by
living
the
the
way.
dream.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I've known her on Twitter for years now, and really nice, and it's awesome. So, and it's one of those things where I'm hoping that you're female because your name is Melba. But I don't know that
it's
I've
one of
ever
those
really
things-
had that kind of interaction.
Internet relationships.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's like I hope that I'm not making some guy really pissed off right now, but I've always assumed that you're female. But I do that with all guys too.
The
So
Twitter graphic is more of a graphic than a
yeah,
avatar.
I'd spent quite a bit of time trying to find a picture, and nope. So
Let us know.
Blind Bat, by the way, is what we're
oh yeah,
doing.
Blind Bat Brewery
Yes,
Company. We're
Blind
doing
Bat
Vlad the Inhaler.
Vlad the Inhaler, not
Not
Vlad
Impaler.
the Impaler, or Vlad the
Yes.
Impaler, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Now, if I understand right, this is a Gratzer. Actually, it's a
It's a grazie.
yeah. Or what was it? What did I say? What was it?
yeah, it's-
Gratzer.
It's the Polish version of a Gratzer.
Yeah. The
Grazie
Germans
is like,
call it Gratzer.
isn't that like a grazie?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Grodziski.
Grodzicki. Yeah.
Bam.
It's on the bottle.
It's essentially a smoked wheat.
We did a whole bunch of research to find out that word, and it was right there in the
And
bottle.
I read it on the bottle. Yeah. Yeah. I win.
This is why we don't do research, is because it's usually just useless anyway.
exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so
Okay,
this
this
is
is
smoked,
smoked?
wheat, right?
Well,
Yeah,
it goes
it's-
beyond that. It's a Polish style oak smoked wheat beer.
So they smoked it over oak.
Yeah. These oak chips
Oh
for the
wow,
smoking.
that is such a unique aroma.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah. It's
got like a kind of tarty, smoky, woody thing.
It's almost like a smoky Berliner Weiss.
I'm gonna say this right now: bacon, pancakes with maple syrup, and a glass of orange juice.
yeah, that's
This
what
is
it
like breakfast in a glass.
Dude, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You
Well
totally fucking nailed
done. Well done. This is a very old world style
Wow,
of beer.
yeah,
like
that's
if
what
you,
it is. And you
if
get like that-
transported
you get
back
that-
to the 1800s is what you would get, that kind of thing.
You get that tartness from like orange juice. Like if you were to take a bite of bacon and then like take a sip of orange juice, you get that little whiff before you sip
Yeah.
it. That's what it is.
When I saw this bottle and I read it, I thought, oh, well, thanks for the beer, Melba. Maybe something a little bit more normal. But this is fucking awesome.
This is great, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 4%. So I could totally see taking down one of these things.
You know what? And
Like,
the aroma matches the
flavor.
too.
You get the nice wood and smoky characteristics, a little bit of that maple syrupy flavor on the mouthfeel almost, and then at the back end you get the nice citrus tart.
You get a syrupy thing like it kind of hits you in the back and moves its way forward. Like I get more of a sweetness on the front side. It's exactly like bacon.
This is not
I
at
had
all.
bacon and pancakes yesterday for breakfast.
I think the mapley thing is in your guys' brains because I'm not getting it at all. I
The
think,
maple is more on the aroma, not on the flavor.
well, I get
You get like a syrupy
mouthfeel
mouthfeel to it.
Nope. Sorry, don't get it. I definitely get like that citrus characteristic. It's very like lemony because of that tartness. I mean, the oak smoke it's nice because it's very upfront, but it's not overwhelming. You know, I mean, the oak smoke isn't like, you know, punching you in the face or anything like that.
Right.
But I don't know where you guys are getting syrup from. It's fucking...
No, I think the syrup. It's not literally syrup.
Yeah,
in the
you're
beer.
thinking of Aunt Jemima, and that's not what I'm talking about.
We're talking about like
I'm
old
always
school
thinking about it.
syrup from a tree kind of thing.
Okay.
With some sugar added to it.
Yeah, I
you
can
know?
see that.
I mean, you definitely get the bacon. It's all about bacon and citrus, I think. in this,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and the wheat kind of adds that mouthfeel.
This would be such an amazing breakfast beer, though.
Seriously, if you paired this
It's
with
a brunch
pancakes and bacon,
Eggs
Yeah,
Benedict.
this is like, oh, you know what? This
Eggs
is like
Benedict.
this is like a mimosa for beer.
Yeah, well, it has that like smoky kind of quality, which kind of helps pair it up with
mimosa for
pork.
beer?
It's not. It doesn't taste like a mimosa. That's not what I'm saying. It's like for brunch, you always have the mimosas with the orange juice and the champagne.
Yeah,
this is
it's-
almost like orange juice with beer, but mixed not in a horrible way that sounds horrible, but like. You know, I mean, it's like don't go pouring orange juice in your wheat beer because that's not gonna taste good. Well, actually, that might actually no.
Let's not
this
go
is a
there.
straight up-
That's like a weird wheat shandy.
Yeah, let's not go there.
this is a session beer too. It's 4%.
Yeah, it's 4%. And yeah, exactly. It has that same kind of I would want to have this with brunch because, like you said, you got that like smoky thing which would go well with pork, but it also has that kind of bright, refreshing, like kind of lifting on the palate kind of characteristic.
Well, and that's what's
from the
funny about this
acidity
beer
and
is that
the dryness. Yeah.
you would think with everything that's going on in it, you know, the smoke and the fact that it's an old Polish style and all that stuff that's happening, you'd think like, oh, this is going to be a heavy beer. It's going to be hard to like, you know, but this is almost a palate cleanser.
It is. It's like I said,
The back end almost just effervescently cleanses your palate as you're done. It's like, did you enjoy those flavors? Drink another one if you want some more because they're not going to linger.
Well, I'm telling you, like the way
it was
you
very
first,
fabulous, huh?
It was so fabulous.
The thing you first said about the bacon and
Taste
the
the
orange
rainbow.
juice and the pancake and the maple syrup, that was, I mean, that just hit it. That's hitting the nail on the head with this beer. This is a total breakfast beer.
It's phenomenal too.
I can't say breakfast beer. It's a beer that you could pair with meats. You could pair it with something sweet.
Eggs.
Eggs?
Egg. I'm an egg man, and this I want poached eggs on toast.
I will
right
say
now
though, it has
with
no
this.
head. It's like there's,
But I think
Yeah, well,
I think that's a
not
benefit to what it is, like what we're talking
but
about.
why?
Well, I mean, not as a benefit, but I mean the fact
but
that
why
it's
is it
not
not
overly carbonated. To me,
Yeah.
it's like you're getting more of that tartness off of it. It's almost like a sour, but it's not quite a sour.
You're right. It's kind of borderline-ish. I think the smoke is kind of tricking you.
Right, it's taking it back to the other side. It's
like
giving it that balance.
This is a really unique beer.
I know, yeah. I'm definitely curious because I know that Grotzer is a thing, especially with nanos, because it's not, I mean, you're not going to be, putting Grotzer in a 12-pack, but with the smaller
I'd buy a
breweries,
12-pack
it's
of this beer.
I would too, actually, I'm not going to lie. But it's something that a lot of the smaller breweries are experimenting with quite a bit. So I'd like to see different kinds of interpretations on the style.
Right on. Well, we have another one that is apparently potatoes, but not.
Yeah, Blind Bat's doing some
We
fun
got a
stuff.
tater beer.
Got a tater beer. But first, we're going to send you off to a Master Pairings where things probably won't be quite as unique and interesting.
But
That
still
was for you,
unique
beer.
and interesting.
That was for you, beer. That was for you, Bill. So enjoy Master Pairings.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Master Pairings. I'm your host, Bill Sysak. Today I have Cameron Collins from brewhaha.org. .com, sorry.
That's all right.
Anyways, the Brew Ha Ha originated a few years back with the OC Brew Ha Ha, right? A big
right.
festival for charity.
Yep.
Fallen Firefighters Fund started on September 11th.
Yep, September 11th was the first year we did it in 2010. This will be our 4th year now on September 7th.
Okay, and now you've got some other festivals going on too, right?
Yeah, we're doing the OC Brew Ha Ha in September. That's every September. And then
What
we
date?
do September 7th.
Tickets still available?
Tickets are still available. It will be a sold out event, so I wouldn't wait too long. There's also the OC Brew Ha Ha. So if you missed that or want to go to both, the Brew Ha Ha, as you know, you were there last year. That's a holiday ale festival. That's December 7th. And that one's great because you can come and get a lot of different gear from the different breweries. They all bring shirts, glasses, things like that. It's pretty fun.
And then you also do a cigar one now.
Right, Grey Cloud. That's the newest. That's the glass here. Grey Cloud is new. That's a series that's going to take place multiple times every year. Really focused on higher end beers with really nice cigars and some food pairings.
Great food, and it's the most amazing pairings because, of course, you have a great master pairer. So I'm involved in that as far as being the talent. So I get to do all the pairing and stuff, but it's really fun. So let's talk a little about the show. We have the Bruery Melange number 8, which is a bourbon barrel aged beer with coffee added. So it's going to be fun. I have not had this beer before, but I know the flavor profile. And with it, we have some fabulous Peterson's maple bars. Now, we've done Peterson's maple bars before. We actually added sriracha to them last time. These are different. If you notice, there's little crumbles on top. That'd be bacon. So these are bacon maple bars. So they're going to be over the top. They're not only going to have all that big maple flavor, the great sweetness from the beautiful donut, but they're going to have that great bacon. So apparently we don't have a knife, so we'll pull that apart in a minute. But let's get this wax-filled bottle open. Wax-filled bottles are nice. Brewers like to use them because they like to age the beers, and it keeps oxidative qualities out, but they're a pain to get off. So what I recommend is you score them a couple times, and then once you get it off, you can go ahead and crack that cap. There we go. Big, big aroma, fusel notes. Not that much coffee, but definitely the vanillins from the bourbon.
Absolutely. I was surprised by the color. I thought it was going to be a lot darker than this, but it's a beautiful color.
Big, boozy bourbon. Little bit of coffee. I think the coffee is going to come out more when we have this bar. Yeah. Pretty insane, though. The bourbon not only plays in, but you get the vanillins. Not that much coconut, but you get this almost bitterness from the kind of like a maple or molasses bitterness that comes through.
Molasses.
Yeah.
Definitely. What about the temperature you would serve this at?
I like it at cellar temperature. This one's probably around 64 degrees, right in that 67 to 62 degree range. But you can definitely do this at room temperature, no problem. All right, let's give this sucker a shot.
Cheers.
Classic maple bar flavor. Mm-hmm. Well, with bacony goodness on top. Smoked bacon too, a little pork. Let's see how it goes with this. Brings us mahogany flavor. Now you say mahogany flavor. Think about it. Aroma is 90% of taste. So you've smelled mahogany before. Just translate that into your brain. That's what I'm picking up here. You can definitely smell cedar. You can definitely taste cedar. Same kind of thing. The mahogany's coming out. Molasses. Mm-hmm. Honey, caramel, toffee, vanilla. It's actually, surprisingly, this is a very sweet donut. It's subduing the sweetness of this donut. The beer is huge. It's a monster. It's almost turning this into an old-fashioned, the cocktail. It's pretty amazing. You get almost a simple syrup notes going against the bourbon. This bourbon really is explosive. I don't know what percentage the guys at the brewery did this at, as far as whether it's 100% bourbon barrel aged, but the bourbon barrel is huge on it. I mean, it's really dominate.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you like the pairing?
I do.
Or do you just like the donut and the beer?
I like them on their own, and I like them together. This is great. This is something I would never think to do, is pair a maple bacon donut with a beer like this, but it works, and it works.
You know what else I'm getting now is I'm starting to get some like pecan bitterness, some nuttiness coming through.
Yeah.
Definitely pecan would be the nut that I would say the most, which makes it really fun. So it brings a whole nother characteristics to this beer. Yeah. Always fun. I wouldn't say this beer is for every pairing or even a barrel-aged barley wine, but you need big flavors. This has big sweetness. It has bacon in it. If you do a big cheese, something like a Stilton, that can hold up to it. So you're not going to want to have this with a steak, for example. It'll totally bury the meat. But you need something either very sweet or very strong. And so definitely, like I said, a blue cheese or a big dessert.
Yeah, the bourbon's really cutting with the saltiness of the bacon.
Even a creme brulee would be nice. But say you did a bourbon bread pudding. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah.
You got to really coax it into this beer. But like I said, there's a lot of great beers like Old Foghorn from Anchor. Mm-hmm. almost much lower in alcohol, and reserved hops, just like you can't really get any hops out of this because of everything else that's going on, will play very well with this. So overall, I think a very successful pairing. I think the beer's amazing. The maple bar is amazing, and together they work great. But I think you could definitely find your own pairings. And hey, you can't find a cool donut store around the house that has bacon maple donuts? It's easy. Make your own.
There you go.
Buy your maple donuts, fry up some bacon, dry it, let it cool down. As soon as it cools down, chop it up, sprinkle it on top. Special treat for special people. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching another Master Pairings. Cheers, Cameron.
Cheers.
So we're back from Master Pairings, yay, and we have another beer for you, so yay.
From the same brewery?
From the same brewery and from the same gifter, yay. Thanks, Melba. I'm going to let Matt talk about it while I pour.
Yeah, no, this is going to be interesting because this is a dry Irish stout only brewed with potatoes.
Which
I don't think I've
explain
ever had a potato beer.
Yeah, well, and explain, is that a thing? I've never heard of this.
No, not that I understand. Well, I mean, potatoes.
I've heard of potato pancakes.
Yeah, well,
Potato pancakes.
The closest thing would be potato vodka because potatoes are a source of fermentable sugar. I mean,
Well, yeah, but vodka is made of potatoes generally.
no. Vodka is made of pretty much anything that'll ferment and distill. You've got, grain vodka.
Well, there's wheat vodka, there's grape vodka, and whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's made of potatoes. Russian vodka.
Russian vodka specifically, yeah. But
that's
Alright,
what most
well,
people think of.
The question here is, that they answer on the bottle, why brewed with potatoes? Because potatoes add sugars that supply dryness to this extra dry stout.
Interesting.
this is what, 3.9?
Yep.
So we should read the bottle more often.
Yeah, it's a session. It's
So every question we just
stout.
wasted, that's why. No, I never thought of using potatoes in a beer, though.
Yeah, me neither.
Like,
Yeah, I know about.
they're pretty much starch.
Yeah.
Potatoes are like a wonder fruit. You can like charge your cell phone with a potato.
Well, they're not a fruit.
I saw that.
They're a vegetable.
Are they?
Yeah.
Don't they have seeds?
No.
No.
It's not you planted a potato seed. They're a fucking root.
I've never planted an apple seed either. That doesn't mean they don't exist.
Cheaper.
Well, yeah, it's a root though. It's
Yeah,
not a vegetable, is it?
No, they're above ground. They're not underground. No, are they underground?
No, you dig up potatoes.
Yeah, you do too.
Woman.
Fuck if I know. I just know them.
Cheers. Well, it smells great.
Yes.
Like they grow roots out of themselves. They
Yeah, you
grow
leave,
on the ground.
leave a potato in your
Yeah.
in your.
We've lost John to
Haven't
the
too
is the
long.
potato a
They won't
vegetable
do that with
discussion.
the non-organic, they won't ever sprout.
That's wonderful.
But organic.
Yvonne over here is providing potato info.
This has got an interesting aroma to it.
It smells
does.
sweet. Like it smells chocolatey, kind of.
It's almost got like an earthiness to it. It's like almost like a musty. I don't want to say musty
Not
because that's more
musty,
like
no.
that's negative. But it's got like
It smells like a good stout.
It's definitely got a lot of like dark cocoa.
Yeah.
It's got your lovely coffee aromas.
Like I said, chocolate.
Yeah, there's a lot of coffee on there. I'm getting a little bit of chocolate.
Ooh, on the aroma or the taste?
Both, but more so on the aroma than the taste. The taste on it's a lot more bitter.
It's definitely super dry, like they were talking about. That's really nice. But it's
interesting.
But it's nice because it still has a nice full mouthfeel to it.
Now,
It's not
potatoes-
It's not thin in any way.
I think I'm getting this right now because I believe Yvonne is cooking food right now, and so I'm smelling some potatoey type aromas coming from the kitchen that I think are throwing me off on this beer right now. So,
Damn it, woman.
I'm like, I don't think that what I'm smelling is coming from the beer, because it's like I'm like, wow, this actually does taste like a big old pile of mashed potatoes. But I don't think that's what this is.
I don't think that's the intent.
No, it's not the beer.
It smells like crispy tater skin.
Yeah.
No, it's got like a I'm not going to say a tart aroma, like a kind of, it smells kind of sweet-ish, but chocolatey, coffee, and you taste
It's
it.
an interesting.
The first place it hits is the sides of my tongue. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, though.
I'll say this: like, I love it. I love a good dry stout. I love Irish dry stouts. It's kind of what I cut
No, it
my
hits the
teeth
front-
on back
it hits
in the day.
front part.
But this is not that.
It's definitely a bit of an outlier.
And so, like, but if you're drinking those and you're kind of maybe getting a little tired of the basic flavor profile of it, this is going to really kind of reignite that, like, because right now I'm like, oh, I want to go try a bunch of different dry stouts now to recall.
Yeah, it's palate reset.
Right.
I don't think this is as dry as it should be.
You know, I was just thinking it does have a certain slickness almost to the mouthfeel. You know what I mean?
It's a residual thing. It doesn't like, because a lot of times, especially the dry stouts I like, you taste that it's a stout and it's in and out kind of thing. And you have some residual, you know, kind of roastiness happening and something like that. But this has like a residual sweetness that's not overwhelming for its alcohol content, because being a 3.9 beer, it's actually very well balanced for, I think, the alcohol content. But
it's very cohesive.
there's just, like when I drink it, like I said, in the front of my palate, I get this sharp sweetness that's not overwhelming. It's there for a second, and then kind of goes to the sides and then kind of dissipates. But then the residual is a subtle sweetness, I guess.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is actually
overall,
says a
it's-
lot for this beer, because it's
Yeah.
only 3.9%.
Overall, that's a really good point. Is that this beer is very complex and has a lot going on for such a small amount of alcohol. And,
There's a lot of
you know,
substance
they're
to it.
really doing a good job of like playing this up quite a bit. So
Yeah.
good on them. This is a fantastic beer. Clearly, this is their whole line is a little bit skewed.
Yeah.
And I like that. So
I like
So
it.
I wonder if they mashed potatoes and then put mashed
They
potatoes.
double mashed, isn't it?
Said mashed twice, so I assume they mashed and then mashed.
Yeah, you're not gonna throw whole potatoes in the mash. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a whole lot.
it'd be fun though because you could do it like basketball.
You'd be like, mashed.
It's like I got
potato.
flows.
Mashed potato.
Okay, so that's happening.
Yeah, these are. I gotta say about this brewery, I mean, this came out of nowhere. Both
Yeah.
beers are just really, really good, complex beers. For
Yeah.
what they
Admittedly,
are.
we had a bit of skepticism coming in. We're like, oh, this sounds weird, but
This is one of those shows that I thought midway through we were gonna be like, okay, well let's stop filming and get a different beer. So, but no, Melba, this was awesome.
Yeah.
Great
Really
selection,
nice.
great choices to send us. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. You too can send us beer if you're thinking I want to send them beer.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Yeah,
the address is on the
If you have
website.
some local brewery that you
want-
think is
really love,
awesome,
yeah.
you know,
And you
it's
love
one thing to
us.
bitch and moan.
No, I'm gonna
Hold
get
on.
there.
It's one thing to bitch and moan about how. No, don't even go there. About how, you know, we're so West Coast centric, but it's by design. Like, this is where we live.
Yeah,
we
live.
seriously-
we live on the West Coast, so we a lot of times we just do what
If
is
you-
available to us.
Well, I just want to take a
No,
minute.
no, don't take a minute.
I'm gonna take a minute.
No, I'm not going to let you take a minute. If you have a brewery you want us to try that you think we're overlooking, it's probably because we can't get it. So send us the beer, and we'll totally do it on the show.
So we're coming into GABF season. We'll be there. We hope to see you guys there as well. Again, thank you, Melba, very much for sending us the beer.
And for GABF, if you have suggestions for what you want to see from us
Yeah,
at GABF,
let us know.
Let us
Yep.
know.
And by suggestions, we mean what breweries in the Denver, Colorado, Boulder, Fort Collins area that you'd
Well,
like
even
to see us
breweries
go
that are
to.
going to be at GABF that you want to hear from.
Yeah. So anyway,
any suggestions you have, shoot it out. We'll take a look.
and on that note, as always, till next time, stay safe and drink beer. Cheers.